Hello, Lock Haven. My name is Dr. Matthew McCaig, a professor of communication here at Lock Haven University of Pennsylvania, and you're listening to TheHavenCast, a video podcast made by me, faculty, and students in the communication department at LHU. Today, I have a wonderful set of guests for you. The first up is Tristan Kleinfelter. Say hello, Tristan.
Hey, everybody. I'm back. How's it going?
I heard a lot of applause for you, Tristan. They're happy to see you back.
Golf claps, obviously.
Cassie Keller is here.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing good.
We sure are. Connor Jackson is back. Uh-oh. Connor, we couldn't hear you. You might have to work out your microphone. Try that again. All right, Jacob Nealon's here.
Hey, everyone. What's up?
Jacob's back, and we have a new guest, Joel Robinson. Say hello, Joel.
Hello.
Hello, Joel. Connor, just chime in whenever you can get your mic to work. All right. So we have a number of exciting topics for you. The weather is changing outside. Halloween's around the corner. But what will we talk about today? We'll see. Jacob, you had the first topic. What were you going to ask us about tonight?
So fall just started. I forget what date it was, but it was like a few days ago. It was the official start of fall. So I wanted to know what everyone liked to do during fall. What's your favorite fall activities?
That's a good question. Anybody want to take a stab at this first?
I'll go because fall is my favorite season of all time. So I actually have two favorite things about fall. Number one, jumping into leaves. Like, no matter how old you get, it's just fun. It's a good time. And then number two, most people, this is a weird one for some people, but pumpkin catapulting. So you build a catapult and launch a pumpkin and just throw it at stuff, like whether it be a car, a old shed that you're trying to destroy, just chucking pumpkins. It's a lot of fun.
I've never done that, but I really want to do that. That sounds like so much fun.
It's a blast.
I've never done that either. I mean, I've done my fair share of throwing pumpkins at the ground, not other people's, of course, but mine, when they're rotten. But yeah, that was probably like an ancient warfare technique where you just launch your rotten vegetables at the enemy to try to gross them out.
Oh yeah, I could see the Vikings just leveling England with pumpkins.
Yeah, rotting pumpkins. Cool.
Have you ever seen Ice Age where Sid's got the melon and he just spikes it? That's what I imagine with, like you said, the rotting pumpkin, just Dr. McCaig just going spiking it.
Absolutely.
Sid, now I gotta find more food.
Thousands of rotting pumpkins raining down on Tristan. Tristan, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'll take it. That honestly beats doing anything else right now.
What do you like to do in the fall, Tristan?
Me? I'm a big sports person. I mean, you can consider like fall's my favorite because football is on. I'm a big football guy, but I mean, football's also a summer thing, but it's mainly in the fall. But there's this thing in my hometown called the Fall Dutch Festival, and it's Amish run, and you get amazing food there and stuff like that. So that's probably a go-to for me during the fall.
The Amish are amazing cooks. They bake the best bread, not even gonna lie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Connor, is your microphone working?
Yeah. I'm on my phone now instead of my computer. So
that's cool. So Connor, we're talking about what we like to do in the fall. Do you have any fall activities you like to do?
Yeah, so definitely football is a big thing. I think fall in general, there's just a cool vibe around it. You're not tired of school yet. That's kind of like the spring semester for me. I hate the spring semester just because it's more of a oh, I don't want to be here. It's cold. It's it doesn't really get cold in the fall semester until late November, really cold. And then, like I said, definitely football is my favorite sport. I look forward to it all year round. Leaves changing. It's always pretty when that comes. And just, there's a whole vibe around it. You get tired of the warm weather, and when the colder weather comes, it's just something about it. I like it.
Yeah, I like to look at all the decorations my mom puts up, and I'm not just talking about Halloween stuff, but the pumpkins, the fall leaves, those are all fun. But my real answer, that's kind of a cheat answer, is I love to exist without air conditioning. I'm somebody that freezes my butt off in the summer because people crank that up everywhere. So I'm happy when fall comes because people tend to turn those off. and I can exist without coats all the time. So that's really like my favorite fall activity, even though it's kind of lame. Anybody else?
My favorite would have to be my friends and I always, I don't know if anyone's ever done a corn maze. It's like a Pennsylvania thing, I think. But we go to corn mazes, but we don't do them. We hide in the corn, dressed up, and wait for people to pass, random people, and then jump out at them. I feel like that makes the whole thing more exciting. And we
Dang.
scare the crap out of people doing corn
I'd be
mazes.
like so scared. I'd probably like just swing and punch you.
I know.
to be honest.
People are usually on edge going through those things because you never know what's around the corner. People just jump out at you, but it's really funny.
I actually have a story about a corn maze that's very similar. Okay, so me and my family, we have a tradition where we go to like some random corn maze. I don't know where it is exactly, but we go to it just about every year. And I remember one year we went to it, and okay, so I love being scared, but I am very reactive when I get scared. So one year, somebody, I don't know who it was, but they were just hiding. They had like this like skeleton almost kind of mask on.
Might have been me.
And
Dang.
no, they were hiding around a corner, and they decided to jump out at the worst time because I happened to be standing like just close enough where I could like punch them in the face, and I accidentally did that.
Cassie beat up a skeleton. Is that what I'm hearing?
Basically, he was
Did
on
the-
the ground for a good little bit.
Oh, okay. So the skeleton was on the ground. You may have knocked them out temporarily.
Yeah, a little bit.
That kind of
I felt really
spoils
bad,
spoils the horror, but that's kind of funny.
I feel like that's a valid
You
reaction.
got nobody to scare her.
But no, other than the corn maze, I'm basic white girl. I love my pumpkin spice. And my favorite thing is all of the pumpkin spice drinks. So that's my favorite thing, other than the corn mazes.
Now,
So.
pumpkin spice, that's interesting. Does that always disappointed me? I like it, but like it rarely has pumpkin in it too. I want something that's both pumpkin spice and has that pumpkin flavor to it. Does the coffee have both, Cassie, or is it just the spices?
Honestly, it depends on the brand you go with, because I currently have a pumpkin spice one right now, and I'm a little sad because it's not a very strong pumpkin-y flavor to it. But I have a brand back at home. I think it's Royal Farms is what it's called. It's a gas stop kind of place, and they have the best ones. It's so good. It's so good.
And they have to sell you all that, limited time only, make you think that it's something that they can't make any other time. Don't you love that? That's part of communication. That's part of the media biz, right? Make people feel like it's a scarce item, and then they'll buy it, a bunch of it. Yeah.
Wait, doesn't the McRib come back in the fall? I feel like it's usually fall when the McRib comes back.
I've heard, I don't think it's the fall, Jacob. I think sometimes it is the fall, but it depends upon whenever pork products are like below a certain level of money, and McDonald's goes, oh, we can make profit from this because it only costs 5 cents for this pork, so we'll bring it back.
Okay. If the McRib does come back this fall, that'll be my favorite thing about fall.
Oh, so Jacob likes the McRib?
I love the McRib.
I've never even heard of that.
It doesn't quite beat the quarter pounder, but it's close.
Yeah, Joel. It's been around since a little before my time, and they bring it back as a limited time thing every once in a while. And it's one of those prefabricated chunks of meat that looks like it has bones in it, but it doesn't. It's just like pressed together.
Gotcha. So it's like a boneless rib.
Yes.
It's probably not real meat, and
It's
it's probably
basically
not
just
real
like a
fat.
pork steak.
Yeah.
Really-
And then
Gotcha.
it's a matter of time until the pumpkin spice McRib comes out. Jacob, would you go for that?
I'd try it once.
And you've got two limited time things, the McRib and the pumpkin spice. All right, so that's disgusting. Let's move on. Cassie, you had our second topic. What were you going to bring up about that?
All right. So I'm wondering, what is something that's considered childish that you guys still love to do? I will start off because I happen to do my favorite childish thing tonight. So with my cup, I have a straw. Don't know if y'all can see it, but I do. I love to blow bubbles anytime I have a straw in a drink.
Ah,
Especially with chocolate milk. It's just a habit. Chocolate milk just like blowing bubbles
It's the perfect
all the
consistency.
time.
I
Ooh,
wonder
speaking of like blowing
what
bubbles,
is-
have you ever had those like straws that are like made of chocolate, like a cookie straw? They were like so good. Like you could like blow bubbles, you could drink through it, and then you could eat it.
I love those.
That was the best. I haven't seen them anywhere. I think they
Yeah.
discontinued them.
Yeah,
I would still buy that.
the sad day.
They were good.
did COVID wipe out the cookie straw manufacturing factory? Maybe.
Straw shortage.
It wouldn't surprise me. COVID wiped
Yeah.
out a lot of things.
How about the twirly straws? Those are always fun to drink out of too. Those contraptions that go all over the place. Those are cool. I love a number of childish things still to this day, but if I had to pick one, let's see, I'm still deep into Lego products. That's usually a child thing, so I still love those. I went out for a number of years and didn't use them, but now I view them as something I can build and then kind of store as something like a design in my background. So when I get my own house, it's going to be full of Lego products all over the place.
Mine would have to be the classic, like, if you turn on a cartoon in front of me, depending on what it is, I won't turn it off. Like, I'll
Oh,
sit
yeah.
there and watch it. Like any like classic SpongeBob, Tom and Jerry, Scooby Doo
Yep.
cartoon, like I'll sit there and watch it and won't turn it off and not even think twice about it.
So that's
I will
why
still watch
your
Curious
homework
George.
is always late, Tristan. You're
It
watching
is not
cartoons.
always late. I always turn in my homework on time.
You do.
I'm a great student.
Student. Yes, you are.
Yep.
Go ahead, Joel. I interrupted you.
Oh, you're good. I was gonna say I'm the same with Tristan. Is like if you put on like some of the old, like Curious George. There's one like called Word Girl that it's like so simple in its nature, but it's so entertaining to watch. Indeed. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I've seen the cartoons they have today, and I'm like, oh, they're
Yeah.
not as good as the older ones. But I
The
think
new
that's just-
Sesame Street is like,
Yeah, no, not a fan.
not
And
even
you,
close.
you know what, everybody, you're going to notice that as you get older, and I don't want to sound like the old guy, but I am.
You are.
You're going to notice that like whatever is popular and is the huge rage with the youth, you're not going to connect with for the most part. You know, you're not going to be completely disconnected, but you're going to go, it was so much better in my day. I feel like that's just a part of the human condition. Like whatever you grew up with, that's what your preferences are, and you can't escape that ever. It's amazing how it always happens.
And I didn't want to be one of those people, but I might be. Oh,
You
no.
can still find stuff that you like, but your favorites are going to be, you know, from your youth. Anybody else? What do you like to do that's childish?
I think sledding. I don't know if that's childish, but I still go out like when it's snowing. And if I find a pretty great hill, go down it in a sled. We still have all our sleds, so I still do that.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Me and my friends probably should have been paralyzed from all the dangerous stuff we did on sleds. Like we'd make snow ramps that were ridiculously high, and there were no adults supervising us, but it was a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, we built like a huge ramp, me and my cousins at my grandmother's house. And like when I say the hill is this steep, like it's that steep, like it's whoosh. And we built a ramp on the end of it. And so here's the bank where the ramp was. Right below it is the driveway, and then over that bank is the road. And so we'd hit the ramp, skid on the driveway, and then skid onto the road. We had to time it perfectly so that there were no cars coming. We had someone down at the end of the hill, like making sure no cars are coming, because every single time we just like wreck onto the road. I like got gravel all along my arms. I think I still have a scar somewhere from that.
I'm glad that you're still alive, Joel. I had a similar experience. I don't know if any of you have ever gotten to go over to the kind of Hammermill Park area of Lock Haven, and right in front of the giant factory that's on the other side of town. There's a huge hill with nothing else there. That's where I did my sledding. So there's a gigantic hill that's like a couple of blocks long that goes down right onto a main road. Like that's where the hill goes, and that's where we ended up most of the time. It's amazing how we all survived as children, isn't it?
Indeed. I should have been dead like 50 times.
Any other childish things we like to do?
Yeah, I mean, like, when you're little, a lot of times little kids like to have a ball in their hands, play with it. That's kind of how I still am. Like, I love to have a ball in my hands, throw it, bounce it, do something, and it just feels like almost like a fidget spinner type of thing, except the ball. And I guess, like, I don't even know if that's childish, but that's probably about the closest thing I can think of.
Count it.
Did you ever like throw, like, I would always like lay it down and like throw the ball up, hit the roof and like catch it?
Yeah, I did that.
I would do that, but I'd see how close I could get to the ceiling without hitting it. And then
Nice.
try and do that over and over again.
That is another childish thing, and I think that's something that kids are good at, like being able to be amused with nothing, almost. Like my friends and I invented so many of our own games and rules that we still talk about because it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, Nerf. I still like that. That was
Yes.
all the rage when I was a kid. We would constantly go around the house shooting each other in the face. But I mean, I have one upstairs. Now I use it as a cat toy, but it's still fun.
Did
Jacob-
you ever get like the Nerf swords? Like the
Yeah,
foam
we
ones?
had those, and those were like dangerous. Like if you hit someone hard
Oh,
enough,
yeah.
you could.
Me and my brothers would like wail them at each other, almost to the point where like the foam started coming off and it's just like the plastic pipe underneath.
We had a Nerf gun that was like a rocket launcher, and the rocket was like this big, and it like you pumped it up with air, and when it shot, it was hard. Like it
Oh,
shot really fast and really hard. That probably shouldn't have been on the market. It was dangerous.
See, my family, we are an off-brand family, so I never got to have like the Nerf brand kind of stuff. I had these off-brand ones, and oh my goodness, my mom had to make a rule where I had to stand apart at least 6 feet from my sister, because if we were any closer, it would leave like a bruise because it shot so hard.
Dang.
Anything else? All right. Speaking, person who's laughing.
Yes,
Tristan,
me.
your topic. What do you
All
have
right.
to wrap things up with?
So we're all comm majors here, and we all are very creative. So what is your guys' favorite things to create and why? In like the media world.
So it could be writing as well, right, Tristan? It could be writing.
Yeah, that's creative.
Okay.
All writing is creative. I
I
don't
was-
want to go first.
I was
so.
hoping that nobody was going to say something like, I really like to write reports or I like to do taxes, so I hope we hear some more interesting things than that.
Are you guys
Yeah,
gonna go first? No.
I kind of like doing basically reaction stuff to anything. So whether that's writing or whether that's just like in a visual form, a video, I like to do that. So whether it's sports or any other news content, I like to give my opinion on it, have people hear it.
That's cool, Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah, reaction stuff, that was huge years ago. And it's still around quite a bit. Did
So-
anybody see Bo Burnham's last special Inside on Netflix? He has a funny bit in there where he's reacting to his own video and then it turns into another screen and he's reacting to his reaction of that video. It's pretty funny. It's like a minute long and it gets crazy.
Okay, that's interesting. But I'll go next. I would have to say like doing videos where people are, well, sports, but also in pain. So if you guys are listening, tune in later this week and next week for Hot Ones. Me and Sean did a knockoff of the famous Hot Ones, and we were in a lot of pain. So I like to do pain videos. Like we're doing the 1 chip challenge next. So we're going to be doing a lot of painful things the next couple weeks. But anything sports, I'm right there with Connor. Like creating sports content is just so much fun, and it's easy. Easy
Tristan,
and fun.
did you come up with a name for your Hot Ones spinoff or parody?
Yeah, we called it Hot Ones Knockoff.
I would recommend if you're going to use that maybe make it like ones with a Z or something, you know,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
hot,
yeah.
HAWT, you know, just to change it up a bit.
Either way, though, we're gonna be doing a lot of painful things for the next couple weeks, so it's gonna be fun.
What if you call it? What if you change it like hot twos?
Okay, hot twos.
I don't know.
Hot-
I don't know. Think about it.
Add an E
like
to the
that
end of
hot
it.
too.
Hot
Yeah.
onesie.
Onesies, hot onesies.
Hot
And you
onesies,
could
okay.
eat the chicken wings wearing onesies. Do that for your next
Oh, we're doing okay.
one.
Okay,
Should
I'll
get like two
touch on it.
chicken onesies and just eat chicken.
That'd be pretty funny.
That would be
If you can find full sized, you know, onesies.
yeah. And then I'm gonna go to a job interview someday, and they'll be like, "So what is this? You eating chicken wings in a onesie?" And I'll have to sit there and explain that. How would I do that?
I would recommend not putting it online then at that point. But
Sure.
yeah.
I owned up to that onesie, just like I'm gonna own up to this company. I'm gonna get the job done.
Yeah.
That's
A
how you do
onesie-
it.
a onesie-
And I'll do it in a one.
The chicken.
Full
Oh,
thrust.
Here you go, Tristan. Do what Joel said, and then you could
Mhm.
say also the onesie is really the most efficient form of clothing if you think about it. You only need
Yeah.
one, and many of them have those little buttons. You know, if you have to go to the bathroom, you can unbutton it in the back.
Yeah,
Little
It's efficient.
flap in the back.
Yeah, a little flap.
I would get. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. That will get me out of it. That will get me the job. For sure.
I love writing funny stuff. I'm not going to show my books, but I write funny books all the time. I have a comic book, a parody of Dr. Seuss, and then a full-blown comedy novel. I love creating worlds. You know, I also love shooting comedy sketches. I haven't done that in a few years because I've been distracted with this funny writing. So that's definitely mine.
Okay, mine's similar to yours. I'm not a funny writer, but I do enjoy writing like fantasy novels, that kind of stuff. And I also have a boring answer. I also like doing eagle eye layouts because eagle eye is awesome. And I actually do have a lot of fun doing like the designing stuff. It's fun.
Cassie, what program are you using to do that these days? The
We're
layout.
using InDesign.
Okay, yeah,
So-
we use that too. So that's still industry standard. That's good. That's good.
Mine would have to be making music, and not mainly as part of my band, because the three of us have been together for about a year now, so we know each other's tastes, and we know we comfortable with each other, and we know like each other's cues on what's going to happen. And my favorite thing, I saw a musician say this in an interview once. He said, when you're playing with people and then you all start laughing at something that you just did or that happened, it's the best thing ever. And that's true. Because if we like hit like a certain note altogether, or someone does something and someone else switches it up too, we just start cracking up. And those are my favorite moments where you're just like, oh, that was so awesome. It's just funny.
Yeah, when
What
you're in the
genre
groove.
do you guys do?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
What genre do you guys do?
Anything really. We'll do like does anyone know Funkadelic? Like Parliament Funkadelic? It's like a funky like jazz band. So we'll do stuff like that, and then we'll hop into like blues. We'll go to like heavier stuff or whatever. It's just whatever we feel like playing. But
I
I
like
love
it.
doing that. We're not like locked into one thing that we sound like this. It's just whatever we want. But I love
I
that.
like that.
That's cool, Jacob. Cool.
Gotta have a little variety. It's nice.
Yeah.
And at one point we might commission you to write like the HavenCast theme song or something. You know, we
definitely
might
do that, like a little jingle, like a 50-second jingle. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, if you can find a group of people who you really gel with and you're on the same page, like you can create some killer content. My friends and I had a sketch comedy group for 20 some years, and those were some of my best times of my life. I've got so many blooper videos of us like cracking up laughing that will constantly save those memories. So I hope you have some of those in your recording sessions, Jacob, because that would be great if you have
Oh, we
some.
do. We're recording an album right now, and the one song ends with us all laughing at something.
Cool.
I'm gonna need to see that blooper reel, Dr. McKay.
Yeah, okay. All right. After class one day, I will show some of you.
Thank you. I would like that.
We used to do a comedy sketch, and then there'd be a blooper outtake reel for every single one. So
BTC the bloopers for hot ones
I'm
or hot
sure.
onesies. Hot onesies.
If you have a flap on the back, I can imagine what some of the bloopers might be. Huh?
Yeah.
Anything else? Favorite creation? What do you like to do?
I
Or are
like
we
voice
done?
acting.
Oh, you do
Yeah,
voice
voice
acting,
acting is
Joel.
my-
What do you
Voice
do
acting
that?
is my favorite. I like doing like getting into characters like Kermit the Frog, like "Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here," or just like characters like that, like "Speak you must," and like, or like do documentaries like "In a World Where We're Speaking at HavenCast." So I like voice acting. That's my favorite thing to create.
That's awesome.
Cool. Cool, Joel.
Those
So
are like
Joel has two green related impressions. You did Kermit and Yoda.
I like to stay green, save the planet.
Mm.
Tristan's like, yeah.
What was
Joking, obviously.
what was the thumbs down at saving the planet
No,
or about
no.
Joel's voice
Yeah, it
acting?
Let it all
It was a joke about
burn.
saving the planet. I was kidding. Obviously, save the planet, save the turtles. Don't use plastic straws at Starbucks.
Wonderful. So now it's time to self-promote before we close off the show. You can tell us to follow anything. Tristan, where can people find you? Let us know.
Follow me on Twitter at PFN Tristan. I'll be covering a lot of high school football for the rest of the year and college ball. So be going to a lot of Lock Haven games, I think, but I'm not 1000% sure yet.
All right. So look for Tristan on the field. He'll sign an autograph for you if you find him.
Oh yeah.
Cassie, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at Cassie's Story Corner on WordPress. I write parts of my novel there and random blog writing prompts I find. There we go.
What
I know how to
chapter are
speak.
you up to now, Cassie? Is it 4, 3?
Still on 3.
You're still 3. Okay. You'll get there. Let's see. Connor, where can
Yeah,
people
check me
find
out. Basic Blues on YouTube, covering Penn State football. Penn State has a strong start to the season so far. Continue covering Penn State in the season. Hopefully it'll be a really good one for him this year. Check it out.
Cool. And Connor's going to start working on his own show, I hear, in this TV
Yeah.
studio.
Yep, check it out. It'll be better audio and try and make it a really good show for you guys.
Yeah, we got some great cameras now in the studio for sure. Cool. Let's see, Jacob.
I don't do social media, but like I said before, we have a band. It's called Sway Metro. Hopefully by the time this is over, we'll have something out.
Cool. I'll put that there for you. Joel, do you have anything you'd like to promote?
Yeah, you can find me across social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Joel_Robinson_the letter L. Don't ask me why.
Oh, so you made sure to get the same exact one everywhere, Joel.
Indeed, I'm across all
Thanks.
social media platforms exactly anonymous.
That's smart. That is very smart, Joel. That's a good brand. And then me. You can find me on Twitter. I post a lot of stuff under Dr. Matt McKeag. I got some other accounts, but that's the one I'm going to tell you to follow, Dr. Matt McKeag, right here. All right, everybody. Thank you for participating in another excellent version of the HavenCast. Don't forget to check out the Department of Communication while you're at it at LHU. There's always links in the description. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful day, an excellent fall, and we'll be back again soon with another episode of the HavenCast. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.